You can ring Doug's bell. Ring Doug's bell. Doug's bell. Ring Doug's bell. You can ring Doug's bell. Ring Doug's bell. Doug's bell. Ring Doug's bell. Welcome to the Doug Bellcast. And now, here is your host, the star of Ring My Bell, Doug Bell. Welcome to the Doug Bell podcast. The Bell, welcome to, no. Welcome. It's Doug Bell. Welcome to the very first Bellcast, the Doug Bell podcast. It's gonna be crazy. We're gonna blow some stuff up. Thanks to all the fans. Support's been so good for bringing Ring My Bell back. It's going viral. So thank you guys for doing that. And we're gonna try to make a little bit of a little currency doing this. And thanks, Chip, for letting me use the Patreon to get some promotion and all that. To get Ring My Bell back on here. I guess I gotta have some like celebrity stories every episode. I'll do them when I can. But I'm be gentle because it's my first one. I'm a virgin, so be gentle. I'll put it in gentle. I mean, like, it's funny. You hear like all about like cancel culture. Let's talk about cancel culture because no one's talking about it. But like I was the victim of that cancel culture because we were so popular, and the networks kept like the network was saying like, but, you know, like in 2004 we were number 7, but then they said the numbers dropped and that we had like 1,500 viewers a week. Which, hey, look, man, that's not anything to sneeze at. Like, that's cool, you know. 1,500 people is a lot of people. Like, you know, because every one of them tells a couple friends. Next thing you know, you got like a whole army of people buying products and things. So they're like, there's only 1,500 people, so we're gonna move you to like 1 to 1:30 on Saturday, but going into Sunday. But I was like, there's no way there's only 1,500 people listening, because I would, like, a lot of times people like always knew me. Like I'd be out and I would like I'd walk up, I'd talk to you. I'd be like, so yeah, you hear Ring My Bell? You know, and I'd be like, well, no, it's a show on CW. And you know, then they go, yeah. And I go, well, you know, and they'd go, oh. And I'd be like, that's right, it's me, it's Doug Bell, you know. And usually fist bump or whatever, but like people knew it. Like, the show is like was taking off, man, but they just got political too fast. Got too fucking political. They didn't like the fact that we were like, it's just like so powerful at the network because we were just taking off. They didn't like that. But like, we'll tell some celebrity stories every episode. I'll tell celebrity stories because, like, I know everybody. I've fucking met everybody, man. I got some really, really hilarious stories. So you can like donate if you want. They just tip. I guess who's been in the news? BENNIFER, Affleck, Benny Affleck, and Jen Lopez. I think look, man, I didn't hear it. I know I called them BENNIFER before anybody did. I was like at a party, and they came in. It was after they shot like Jiggly, I think it was called, which was a hilarious movie. I auditioned for it. I auditioned for the part they gave to Al Pacino, but I read for that part. Um, and so like they walked in, and I remember like I was talking to some girl. We were getting a drink, and I was like, "It's BENNIFER," and she was like, "What?" I'm like, "Look, it's Jen Lopez and Benny Affleck." I was like, "BENNIFER," and I just kept saying it all night. I was like, "BENNIFER." So I think that somebody like from the press was there, like a newspaper guy, and he just kind of caught it, and like it just fucking took off, man. I didn't ask for any credit. I didn't say anything. You know what I mean? It's not like I walked around going, "Hey, I said that first." um, but yeah, they were a good couple, man. They looked really good. I remember saying to him that night, like they were sitting there, and I was just kind of like, they were like kind of in the corner, just sitting there, like talking to each other. And nobody was like going over to him. Everybody was just kind of scared. It was like all these Hollywood insiders. So I walked right up to him, and I'm like, Doug Bell, you know, boom. That's how you got to do it, man. Just make yourself known, make friends. And so like they were talking, and I just sat down. There was like an ottoman there, and they had their little snacks and drinks on it. And I just took the drinks off. I handed them their drinks, and I was like, "Let me be your bartender." um, and I sat down. I was just like, I was a little bit drunk, but I was like, "You guys look so good together." I'm like, I'm serious. Um, I'm like, and I told Benny, I'm like, dude, fucking Reindeer Games was so good. They kept saying like, no, just we're just sitting here. We don't really want to, because I think they were like shy with all the compliments I was giving them. But because I auditioned for Reindeer Games, I auditioned for the part of this character called Jumpy, and they say that it came down to me and Danny Trejo, and they gave it to him, Dan Trejo. Yeah, it was fine. He's good. I mean, what am I gonna do? I mean, it was 2000. And after that, I just got like all fucked up because I like Dan. Don't get me wrong. I mean, he's a good actor and stuff. But I mean, after that, I was just like, what the fuck? I'm going to make it big. I'm not going to take. So anyway, that's what I created. I just came up with Ring My Bell. I was watching Wheel of Fortune one night. I'm just like, I have a good idea for a show. And so I was telling this to BENNIFER. I think I said that to them a bunch too. So it must have got like in their heads. I was like BENNIFER, and it's crazy, right? Like, it's a funny story. I mean, they asked me if I could go to the bar and get them something. But I came back, and somebody must have whisked them away. Like, I guess that they were like, whatever. It's all political. Fucking. Anyway, but J-Lo was so hot. I seen her again when she was hosting American Idol. So smoking too. I said to her, like, I walked up to her and I go, I have her belt. I was like, "Hey, you remember?" I did that, and she smiled, and I'm like, "Ooh." I said, "Get the fire department because, girl, you are a smoke show." And she smiled, she thought it was kind of funny. But I was talking to her, and blah blah blah. I'm doing Doug Bell show and Ring My Bell, and she looked good though. She had badonkadonk, like just badonkadonk. It was really junk in the trunk. I think I said that, and somebody definitely heard that. I was like, junk in the trunk. Because she has a lot of booty. That's what I like to say. Yeah, man, I met them. Hold on, wait. We're back. I just took a quick commercial break. I'm going down. I want to go to Tampa to do some like Patreon sketches. I want to do a sketch where I'm like in this like place, like, and I'm not familiar with anything. I just start asking people kind of like questions, like I'm just getting to know people, and I'm trying to get Rick Gervais. So if anybody like, because I know Rick is a fan. Is it Gervais or Gervais? I always thought it was Gervais. I saw him one time. I said that. So I hope he didn't get pissed. But I was like, Rick Gervais. We had a cool talk though. Like I know he's a fan. Like I know because I was like, dude, I love the Office. Like I couldn't. I kept talking about it, and I told him how funny he was with Dwight, and like all of the stuff he did with Stanley was really funny. Like it was a cool talk. He was he was getting into his car. It was on Sunset, and we were outside a Starbucks. And we had a mutual friend. Oh, so I'm gonna try to get that guy to maybe reconnect. Like he was a producer's assistant, a PA, my buddy. He dated a girl I knew, but she can hook us up. Like I met him, talked to him. But he was a PA on Night at the Museum, so I'm like, I know that Ricky probably talks to him still. So I'm like, maybe he could hook us up, and he could come down to Tampa, because I know if Rick goes down, he's going to be flying like private. So I'm like, why wouldn't he? Like, I mean, please, two comedians just riffing on the plane. It's going to be hilarious. I'm going to tape it. Just us going back and forth, like just just cutting on each other. Just breaking each other's stones. That'd be so much fun because he's really funny. Like I seen the Golden Globes, and I was like writing down stuff like that I would have said like to Mel Gibson, like I'm gonna tell Rick like he should have grabbed this junk and said that's a lethal weapon. Like there's so many funny lines I had. But he was the host, but it'll be cool. Like it will crack each other up. It'll be like a quick flight, I'm sure, but. I got to contact the guy who was the PA on Night at the Museum. I think he's out of the business. And the girl who he used to date, who I know through a friend, I haven't seen her in about 7 years, but I'm sure like somebody can connect us. But like these stories, I got so many of them. I'll tell them like all the time. But you just throw some tips, whatever, like, and keep the message going, like it's going viral. Like, let's ring my bell back, boom, boom, boom. Get like let's like get the whole bell thing going. I'll do more if you want. Like, don't applaud just for money. That's this week's episode, the Doug Bellcast. Instead of podcast, we call it a Bellcast. I'll have guests too, don't get me wrong, but this time I just wanted to kind of like, I'm a virgin, you go easy. I just wanted to kind of like get the vibe, and it's so easy for me and natural. Like, so I'll have guests too coming up. Like whoever. I'm seeing like like The Rock or something, or maybe Rick Gervais will come on, and cool. But if not, like I don't care. Fucking who needs them? I'm fucking. What are they too good for me? Fuck them. But anyway, thanks for listening. Catch up with you on the other side. Doug Bell saying good night and be cool. You can ring Doug's bell. Ring Doug's bell. Doug's bell. Ring Doug's bell. You could ring Doug's bell. Ring Doug's bell. Doug's bell. Ring Doug's bell.